we go. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night here at the BTA Network, and that means it's time for political catch-up. That means we'll literally catch up with everything political that's happened over the past week or so. So, we're gonna, there will be some fireworks, which in this case is okay. All right. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined by our master and creator Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
What up, fuckers?
Yep, and in our chat room is our man from the Bronx, Sajo, making sure things stay civil.
Yep.
All right. So, of course, big thing on Saturday, the big No Kings protest. Over 7 million, or maybe it could be 8 million by now, I'm not sure, but 7 to 8 million people across 3,000 different communities, and even people in other countries took part.
Yep. We had a lot of people. And mind you, I live in a relatively decent sized town in my area. So I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a really good turnout. Like, I'm talking. Shirley, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
On stream, go maps.google.com.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain just how far our protests went.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Okay, make sure that the video, what you have on your screen, can be seen on the stream.
Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, because right now the map will be at my house. In fact, give me a second. Let me zoom it out of my house so that way. There we go. Now that's much better. Now I can do it.
Okay, so go to Cedar Rapids area. I'm going to give you an exact address to center around.
Okay.
Because give me 1 second here.
Okay.
I'm also doing this as we speak so that I can give you accurate information.
Okay, there we go. Where do you want me to find?
There. Okay. Look for 201 8th Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. It'll be a Casey's store.
Uh-oh. What was that number again? What was that number one time? 8th Avenue?
Yep, 201 8th Avenue Southeast.
Okay, there we go. I was missing that part. Cedar Rapids, there we go.
Yep, it's a Casey's store, so.
Okay.
And put it into satellite mode.
Okay. If I can remember how. No, that's not it.
In the bottom right corner where it has all the image, where it says show go layers on your side. Go to layers.
There we go. Okay.
And then go satellite mode.
Okay. I think it just got into satellite mode. Okay.
That's exactly what we want.
Okay.
So you see, zoom in quite a bit and I'll guide you.
Okay.
Don't zoom in entirely, but a little bit more would be perfect. Right there.
Okay.
Back up just a bit.
Okay. How's that?
That should be perfect.
Okay.
So you see that kind of half moon shaped building off to your left of the screen?
Mm-hmm.
That's our federal courthouse.
Ah.
Okay, that's our federal building. If you go down the 8th Avenue, over the 8th Avenue Southeast Bridge, we had people on the other side of that bridge.
There it is.
Okay, we had people on the other side of that bridge, and then if you go back up the way, so up towards the middle of downtown area, you'll see a set of railroad tracks.
Is that it right there where that curve is?
Yeah, the curve is one of the railroad tracks. Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So if you go a little bit further, you'll find a place called Riley's Cafe.
Okay. There it is, got it.
We were all the way from 6th Street Southeast. So that's right the next street over from Riley's,
Mm-hmm.
all the way over to the southwest side of town.
Wow.
Yeah, we were packed. And it was a very positive experience. Everyone was super friendly, super cool. The only
Mm-hmm.
issue we had at one point was at the corner of 8th Avenue and 3rd Street. We had a gentleman who collapsed due to heat exhaustion and low blood pressure. And but we had cops right then and there, right then, ready to roll, and we got him taken care of, and the whole event was taken care of very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
We
the thing.
also
That's the thing.
we
If you,
also had
oh, go ahead.
snipers. We also had a sniper nest on top of the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have to do anything. The only projectiles we used were bubbles. That's not a joke.
No, I believe it.
That's
I
not
believe it. That's good.
Yeah, it was funny because the corner that you were at right across the street from that 201
Mm-hmm.
in that parking lot, that was our staging area for the whole thing.
Ah,
So yeah, we had for Cedar Rapids, we had probably about 2,500 people.
that's fantastic.
That's really good for Cedar Rapids.
Yeah. I think if I remember
So
right here in Montgomery, I think we had about 800 to 1,000. I think I can't remember for sure. It could have been bigger, but there's always one little conniption when it's here in Alabama. It's college football season.
oh yeah, I know. But yeah, so I was there, and so on today was our city council meeting, and I don't know why, but I have a feeling that our city council or some members of the police or something might be getting a little pissed at me. Just a wee bit, maybe,
Yeah.
because of how outspoken I am against the tyrannistic aspects of our society.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I so I went to the council meeting, and I had to explain that we have had at my apartment a couple of unmarked, blacked out SUVs sitting outside of our building. I don't know what they're doing, but today I found out that one of them decided what someone decided to search my friend's apartment.
Hmm.
Not apartment, truck. My bad. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering if they're starting to get pissed off at me for kind of
Being outspoken?
yeah. Does that mean I'm gonna change my strategy? Hell no.
Mm.
But yeah, how's that sound for fucked up?
Yeah. Because think about it, you have all these Republicans saying it's the Hate America rally. No, it wasn't. And they were expecting riots and things. That didn't happen because Austin Police Department, no protesters got arrested. New York Police Department, no protesters arrested. In fact, the only people that were getting arrested were actually MAGA supporters that were trying to cause trouble at these protests. But it didn't work.
Nope. We also had a couple of trucks with Trump posted all over the place in our protest area, and we just ignored them because they were stupid.
Yeah.
They were trying to piss us off, and we just
Yeah, it's like this one woman went there. She had a MAGA hat on and everything, and she said, "Oh, these people didn't bother doing anything because they know I'm the savage." No, they chose to ignore her because they knew what she was trying to do. It's
exactly.
like, nope, we ain't falling for it.
None of us cared about any of the fucking Republican Trump Trumpian idiots at
Mm-hmm.
this point because they're just not worth our fucking time, effort,
No.
or energy.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I did hear there were like counter protesters, but for the most part, most of them were pretty respectful. They did not want to cause any trouble.
The problem is most.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are those ones that made it into the spotlight that actually did
Yep.
cause trouble. In fact, I can't remember where this was, but one MAGA supporter actually started attacking elderly people.
Yeah.
She got arrested, thank goodness.
But yeah, anyone who claims that the protests against Trump are hate America rallies, I'm and and I'm gonna look straight at a certain someone named Mr. Johnson in this.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think that that us protesters that go to these hate America, it's not that we hate America. No, 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 no. It's we hate your crooked fucking ass backwards idea of what America should be. We do not like the idea that every single fucking person is not treated equally. We do not like the idea that we are our country has turned into a laughing stock of this of, of the you know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We become the world laughing stock
Yep.
because very we were very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but everything that's been going on has degraded our power.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not afraid to speak my mind, as Shirley can vouch out.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of I'm kind of wondering if Shirley thinks it's a good time to uh play
Well,
today.
okay. Well, all right. Give me a chance to get it. So hang on.
But basically, I went off on the council today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see if I can make it full screen here. Okay. All right. We got that up. Give me just 1 second here. I want to get it to the. Okay. There we go. All right. That's what I wanted. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure I got it to the right area before I did anything. So now I'm going to put up articles again.
This is a 5 minute thing,
Yep,
and
good.
I
I got
want
it.
you
Yeah,
guys to
there it is,
listen.
right on target. Okay. All right. Ready or not? Here we go.
Thank you for having me back. I rise today because of the capitulation of tyranny that has gone on in this city. and the fact that there are members of this council that seem to forget that you all put an oath to help the citizens of Cedar Rapids and not harm us. Now, I'm going to say this. There are some council members here, I'm looking at you, Councilmember Meyer, who understand what we're talking about. But when we have things going on in this country and city, we need the protection of the government to protect the citizenry. You literally are the last layer of protection to keep the citizenry safe, the citizenry from being persecuted against, this last layer of defense to keep us free. The last couple days at my apartment at 1414 Oakland Road, there have been multiple blacked out, unmarked SUVs sitting outside my apartment building. I do not know who they are with. I do not know why they are there. However, today, one of my neighbors informed me that their truck had been gone into. I don't know why this is going on, but this feels to me like a shakedown, like trying to intimidate me or intimidate the people that I am close to. This is the type of thing that causes citizens to distrust the government. This is the type of thing that causes people to move out of the city. And once they move out, they never come back because they find a better place. This is the kind of thing that causes people to fear for their lives. Throughout most of my life, Cedar Rapids has been a very open place to dissent and disagreement. But now it feels like our dissent and disagreement that we have taken to heart and been happy to have is being weaponized against us. We right now are in the midst of a countrywide shutdown. This countrywide shutdown is caused because people can't come to the table and be respectful to one another. I urge, because right now we're in a position where many people with disabilities are going to be hurting next month. I'm one of them. Take this, for example. This is food that I had to go to a food bank to obtain. Next month, it looks like I'm not going to be getting some EBT because of people in Washington who can't sit down and get along. This is not what we need. And as such, I call on the city council to do what they can to make it easier for us, for the people that can't get food, the people who will starve, the people in this city that you all are tasked to protect. I call upon you to do the job that you were elected to do. This is not a popularity contest. This is not a popularity contest. This is a job that you do to protect the citizens of this city. So please, try to come up with something to do to protect the people who are disabled, who can't work. Not that they don't want to work, they can't. And ensure that they still have bread to eat, that they still have eggs to eat throughout the next month or however long this shutdown goes for. Because capitulating to tyranny is not what your job is. Your job is to protect us from tyranny. Thank you.
Thank you. That closes out our public input period.
Yeah. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, we've had stuff that makes me believe that someone is trying to frighten me.
Yeah.
Newsflash ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, Sajik said Speaker Wright Johnson is a tool. Yeah, he's a tool, all right.
What kind of tool? Is he a socket wrench? Well,
More
socket
like a
wrench probably
more
won't.
like a old rusty monkey wrench. How's that?
No, here's the thing. I went with socket wrench because I can kind of see him uh using it to mess with the small man's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he just in general, I'm so sick and fucking tired of government capitulating to tyranny. It sickens me that people capitulate to tyranny and capitulate to Trump because of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And one post that I said posted that is very true. If you can't see the parallels between now and 1933 Germany, you either skipped history or desperate or are disturbingly eager to repeat it.
Yeah.
It's it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sajik said more like being Trump's bitch. Yeah, that's about right.
Here's the question. Can he really be the bitch of someone who has such a tiny Johnson? I mean, I'm willing to say it on air. He claims to be this big man. Fuck. If he's a big man, then I'd hate to see what the fucking uh what Ron Jeremy is like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I'm to the point where I'm sickened by anyone who's willing to lay down and take what Trump is feeding them. Uh, to me, like I said in that thing, it's a bunch of fucking little babies who can't fucking sit at a table and talk to each other and get along. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it boils down to that. They're just a bunch of little fucking babies who can't get along. And although I will say I support what the Democrats are trying to do. To be fair, they are trying to do the right thing here by trying to make sure that people have their health care.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, you have anything else you want to say today, Shirley?
Well, let's see. Let's see. I think I saw some of Christy Nome getting some sort of a letter from Democrats. Let me double check. Hang on. Oh yeah, here it is. All right. This was yesterday. And I'm gonna see if I can put this up on the screen because this is one of those things where we're gonna go right along with it. Okay, so Congress of the United States, this was dated yesterday. The Honorable Christine Noem, Secretary of U.S. Department of Homeland Security. I won't go to the address part. All right. We write regarding the disturbing and increasingly frequent reports of unconstitutional detentions of U.S. citizens by agents of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Customs and Border Protection, often using disproportionate force. Reports of excessive, shocking behavior by CBP and ICE agents directed at U.S. citizens have been rampant under the current administration. As the ranking members of the U.S. Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations and the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, we are conducting a bicameral inquiry into the increasing detention of U.S. citizens by federal immigration agents. We write to request information and records regarding your department's detention of U.S. citizens from the start of President Trump's term. Since his inauguration, President Trump has embraced the use of federal immigration agents to terrorize communities nationwide whose politics he disfavors, a campaign that has increasingly ensnared U.S. citizens. It was reported last week that more than 170 U.S. citizens have been detained by federal immigration agents in the last 9 months, a count that includes nearly 130 citizens arrested for allegedly assaulting or impeding officers, charges often dismissed or wilt under any scrutiny, and more than 50 citizens held after federal immigration agents questioned their citizenship. This number, however, is at best a gross undercount, as news stories of ICE and CBP agents detaining U.S. citizens on the flimsiest of rationales emerge daily. The impact of these arrests has not been evenly distributed across the country, and cities like Chicago, Portland, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles have been targeted heavily by ICE and CBP. Troublingly, the pattern of U.S. citizen arrests coincides with an alarming increase in racial profiling, particularly of Latinos, which has been well documented in Los Angeles. Justice Kavanaugh justified this policy on the false grounds that if the officers or the individual they stopped is a U.S. citizen or otherwise lawfully in the United States, they promptly let the individual go. In a pattern symptomatic of a disregard for civil rights by DHS, U.S. citizens have faced extended periods of detention. George Rectes, a U.S. citizen and Army veteran who grew up in Southern California and served in Iraq, was held by ICE for 3 days without being permitted to make a phone call or see an attorney. Andrea Velez, another U.S. citizen detained in downtown Los Angeles, was held in ICE custody for 2 days and deprived of water for 24 hours. Recent reporting has found that at least 24 U.S. citizens have been held for more than a day without being able to phone lawyers or loved ones. It is also entirely unclear how a wrongly ensnared U.S. citizen is supposed to prove their citizenship to federal immigration officials, particularly if they have a Latino surname or appearance. Leo Venegas, a U.S. citizen and construction worker in Alabama, has incredibly been detained by ICE agents twice in workplace raids due to questions about his citizenship, despite having his real ID driver's license, an identity card available only to U.S. citizens and legal residents, on his person both times. Agents reportedly dismissed his identification as fake. Maria Greeley, a U.S. citizen born in Illinois, was reportedly detained by ICE in Chicago for hours due to questions about her citizenship. Greeley had her passport on her person at the time of her detention, but the agents did not believe it was authentic because they determined that Greeley, who was Latina, did not look like someone with the last name Greeley. Oh boy. To assist our committee's understanding of CBP and ICE's increasing detention of U.S. citizens through the use of disproportionate force and fundamentally flawed rationales, please provide the following information to PSI and House Oversight by November 3rd, 2025. 1. The total number of U.S. citizens that have been detained by CBP, ICE, or any DHS component agency from January 20th, 2025 to the present. 2. A list of all U.S. citizens detained by CBP, ICE, or any DHS component agency from January 20th, 2025 to the present for more than 24 hours, including the length of their detention, where they were detained, by which DHS component, and a detailed description of the rationale for the arrest and extended detention. Number 3. A detailed description of training ICE and CBP agents received concerning how to determine whether an individual is a U.S. citizen. 4. A detailed description regarding training ICE and CBP agents received concerning recognition of counterfeit identity documents such as real IDs and passports. And 5. A detailed description regarding training ICE and CBP agents received concerning the use of force. In addition, please provide PSI and House Oversight with the following records by November 3rd and any subsequent records responsive to these requests on a bi-weekly basis thereafter. 1. All records related to the detention of U.S. citizens by ICE or CBP agents from January 20th, 2025 to the present. Let me drink some water real quick.
Nope, you're not allowed.
Hey, at least I can grab my water right here. Some people didn't get water for 24 hours.
For real.
All complaints received by DHS related to the treatment of U.S. citizens by DHS personnel from January 20th to the present. Number 3, all policies or procedures regarding the steps ICE and CBP agents are required to take to identify whether individuals they have detained are U.S. citizens. Number 4, all policies and procedures regarding the recognition of counterfeit identity documents by ICE and CBP agents, including but not limited to records regarding any training ICE and CBP agents received concerning such recognition. And finally, number 5, all policies and procedures regarding the use of force by ICE and CBP agents, including but not limited to records regarding any training ICE and CBP agents received concerning the use of force. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee of the House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rule X. Or is it House Rule 10? I think it's 10.
10.
It's X? Okay. I just want to make sure it's right.
10.
It's 10. Okay, thank you. House Rule 10. The Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations has a broad mandate to study or investigate the efficiency and economy of operations of all branches of the government. The last part has to do with questions, but the two people who signed it, Richard Blumenthal, ranking member of the U.S. Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, and Robert Garcia, ranking member of the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform.
Yeah.
So
People are, I'm sorry, but the government right now is, they're basically a rogue agency.
Mm-hmm. And of course, if you haven't seen this by now, Donald Trump decided to basically demolish the part of the east wing of the White House to build his $200 million grand ballroom.
Yeah, and guess what I say to that?
What?
How do you break a law?
Yeah. Because technically that's not his house. It is.
No, it isn't.
No.
What'd you say, hun? He's tearing down parts of the White House right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And going back to what you said in that that city council meeting about, people not wanting to sit down at the table and get along and talk and get this shutdown to end.
Yep.
Because
I'm sick of it. The Democrats are wanting to do it.
yeah.
The Dems are saying, let's get this shit done.
Yep. But mom was like, nope. If you want us to get on the table, you can do things our way. It's like, come to some sort of reasonable compromise or something. But
Let me ask you a question,
okay.
Shirley.
Yeah.
You live in a house with someone who's MAGA.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Craig's in the chat. Hey, Craig.
What do you think? What does she think of the shutdown?
She's one of the Democrats. And
Go
I'm not
figure.
going to lie. We had a bit of a set to. And I said, no, Mom. Here's the problem. Republicans control everything. The White House, the Senate, the House, the Supreme Court. I believe it can't be the Democrats because the Republicans have all the control.
Yep.
Seriously, the Republicans I know nowadays, all they care about is themselves and the power. That's it. That's all they want. They don't care about us.
No, they don't.
They don't care about the average person.
Isn't that pretty much what I said in that council meeting?
Mm-hmm. It's like if they really cared, they would stop letting the shutdown go on, do something, get to the table, and work things out. But then again, we've had shutdowns under multiple presidents on both sides. So
Yes, we have. However, this is now the second longest shutdown in American history.
Yep.
And the only other person that has a higher length shutdown is guess who?
Trump.
And and for those that are wondering, these are not things that we're just pulling out of our ass.
Mm-hmm.
We look up the statistics.
Yeah.
My Sajo can tell you, we look up the statistics. We know what's real.
Uh-huh. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the magazines like, oh, that's fake. And I feel like, is there any hope for us? Because think about it. Look what's coming up soon. We've got the World Cup next year, and FIFA's already said we're going to move the games to Canada if we have to.
Yeah. Why? Because of ice.
Yep. And then, of course, comes 2028. We got the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, Trump's still going to be president by that point.
Yep.
So it's like we're setting ourselves up to be a huge embarrassment.
We're already the laughing stock of the country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Next year, 250th anniversary of the U.S. And we're gonna be stuck with you know who. And he's already saying he wants some sort of, I think, what was it, a wrestling match or an MMA match right in front of the White House.
It's MMA.
Okay.
MMA. Yep. Yeah, he wants to have on July 4th of next year. He wants to have an MMA pay-per-view right outside the lawn of the White House. And to me, it's just like, it pisses me off.
I mean, America's gonna be 250 years old, but we're stuck in a situation where we don't even want a lot of us don't even feel like we want to celebrate.
Yeah. And for those that think I'm just speaking out my ass and saying that I love my country just to make myself look good, no. If I didn't love my country, I would not want the best for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. I want my country, tis of thee. Sorry.
That's fine.
Just, it kind of brought up a memory of that song. But I want my country to go back to how it was, where everybody got treated equally, everybody got treated fairly, and everyone was given the chance to live a happy, productive life.
Mm-hmm.
Where we are right now, that ain't happening.
Yeah, let's see. According to Sajo, in 2 weeks, it's a mayoral election in New York, and this one is a big deal.
It's not just the 2 weeks there in New York. It's also all over the country. So I'm going to say this right now. If you have any city council members or anything like that are hardline MAGA, and you have a better choice on the ballot, choose that better choice. Let's show nationwide. Let's have a massive blue wave and show MAGA that what they're doing is not right.
Now I'll tell you this: this year in Alabama, we actually don't really have anything in terms of elections. It's next year that's going to be a big deal for Alabama because all our offices are going to be up for grabs.
Although I'll tell you this, there is something that you guys have that you can do this year.
Oh, okay.
House members and Senate.
Actually, no, that's next year.
Okay, I'm okay. You got the locals then.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we really don't have anything here in Montgomery, I think, until next year. So, no, wait, next mayor's race is not till 2027.
But yeah, just if you can get it going and
Mm-hmm.
get to your polling place, do so.
Yep.
So I see we're at 2141 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh I'm just wondering, are you guys do you think we got anything else we need to say or
No, not really. I'm just gonna say this right now. With all these elections coming up next year, best thing to do, if there are candidates out there, start doing your homework now. Don't wait for the last minute. Start doing your homework now. Which candidate fits you the best, because there are going to be a lot, okay?
Yep.
You've got to find the one that fits closest to what you go for, okay? But don't wait for the
and
last minute and do go out and vote, because I've always said this. If you don't go vote and the person you want to win doesn't win, you do not get the right to complain about it because you didn't vote. You didn't vote.
can I say, Shirley,
Yeah.
you don't have the right to complain, period. No, just by the way, that's me joking with Shirley. Those that know us
Yeah.
know.
And trust me, I know. And oh, Lala's in the chat room. Hey, Lala.
La, you're still trouble.
But yeah, I mean, don't wait for the last minute. Start doing your homework now. That way, come primaries, you're going to be ready to go with exactly who you're going to vote for. Okay? Because in some cases,
And
there will be a lot of candidates. It just depends.
yeah, most of the candidates right now are kind of looking, most of the Republican candidates specifically are looking for the Trump factor in
Mm-hmm.
their election.
Yeah.
They want Trump to give them a nod.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. We don't. Geez, Sarah, that was loud. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce. You go ahead and bring it home,
Okay.
Shirley.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So anyway, we just want to make sure we keep you up to date what's going on. Thing is, we got the pros out there doing every day. We can't do that. When we don't want to bombard you because you deal with enough of it already every day as it is. So we try to do it. We try to limit it to once a week. But like I said, just start doing your homework. Don't wait for the last minute. Okay, that's very, very crucial. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go and wrap things up here. And of course, Thursday I will be doing Pac-Man, and Friday we'll be doing Trivia Night because next Friday, Halloween night, we're gonna do Halloween Among Us, and I'm gonna see if I can find some license-free, some royalty-free Halloween music to go along with playing the game. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play the ending. So hang on for 15 seconds. Alright, so with that in mind, I am going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well, stay safe. I will see you on Thursday for Pac-Man. The rest of us will be here on Friday for Trivia Night. So, peace out. Later.